नमस्ते पद्मनाभाय नमो हृत्पद्मवासिने पद्मासनस्थदेवाय शिवानन्दाय ते नमः। नमः शिवानन्द नमो यतीन्द्र सन्मार्गदर्शी मम देशिकेन्द्र। नमाम्यहं त्वच्चरणारविन्दौ कृपाकटाक्षं कुरुदेव नित्यं। शरीरं त्वदीयं मनोऽपि त्वदीयम् आत्मा त्वदीयं च प्राणं त्वदीयं सर्वं त्वदीयं मदीयं न किञ्चित्। शिवानन्द मे देहि हस्तावलम्बम्। शिवानन्द नामामृतानन्दवृत्तिः शिवानन्द पादारविन्दानुरक्तिः। शिवानन्द सेवा परत्वं हि देहि। शिवानन्द मे जन्म जन्मान्तरेऽपि। रमणीय वपुं देवं रमणीयसमाश्रितम् रमणीयं शिवानन्दरमणं प्रणमाम्यहम्। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये।
సభాయ నమః. సభా సరస్వతే నమః. శ్రీ శివానంద గురుభ్యో నమః. ఈనాటి సనాతన భారతీయము ప్రారంభ సభకు విచ్చేసిన అతిథులకు, కురు కుటుంబ సభ్యులకు, పుర ప్రముఖులకు, సోదరి సోదరీమణులకు, విద్యార్థులకు, యువతకు అందరికీ స్వాగతం. మన ఋషి పరంపర మనకు అందించిన వేదాలు, ఇతిహాసాలు, పురాణాలు, మన కళలు, సాంప్రదాయాలు, సనాతన ధర్మం, ఆధ్యాత్మిక వైభవం ఈనాడు ప్రపంచానికే తలమానికమైనవి. భారతీయ సంస్కృతి పేరుతో మన జీవన విధానాన్ని, జీవిత పరమార్థాన్ని నిర్ణయించి చెప్పిన వారు పూజ్య గురుదేవులు సద్గురు శ్రీ శివానందమూర్తి గారు. భారతీయులను జాగృతపరిచి భారతీయతను చాటి చెప్పడానికి అఖండ భారత చరిత్రను భావితరాలకు, ముఖ్యంగా యువతకు తెలియజెప్పేందుకు పూజ్య గురుదేవుల ఆశీస్సులతో ఆవిర్భవించిన సంస్థ శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్. ఫౌండేషన్ అక్షర యజ్ఞంలోని దీపికే సుపథ అన్నటువంటి మాసపత్రిక. శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్ వారు చేపట్టిన ఈ మహాయజ్ఞంలోని భాగమే ఈనాటి ఈ సనాతన భారతీయం పండుగ. పూజ్య గురుదేవులకి భారతదేశం అంటే అచంచలమైన భక్తి, భారతదేశ సంస్కృతి పట్ల అమితమైన ప్రేమ, దేశ క్షేమాన్ని, ప్రజా సంక్షేమాన్ని, సాంస్కృతిక వికాసాన్ని సంకల్పిస్తూ అనవరతము కృషి సల్పిన తత్వవేత్త, పూర్ణ యోగి వర్యులు, ఆధ్యాత్మిక శిఖరం సద్గురు శ్రీ శివానందమూర్తి గారు. ప్రప్రథమంగా శ్రీ ఎల్ సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గారికి సభాపూర్వకంగా స్వాగతం పలుకుతున్నాం. మొదట శ్రీ ఎన్విడిఎస్ రాజు గారిని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. వీరిది బహుముఖ వ్యక్తిత్వం. బ్యాంకింగ్ రంగంలో, దేశ విదేశాలలో ప్రముఖ వ్యక్తిగా ఎనలేని సేవలందించిన ప్రముఖులు, గొప్ప మానవతావాది, ఆధ్యాత్మిక అన్వేషకులు, సంస్కారవంతులు. పూజ్య గురుదేవులకు అత్యంత ఆప్తులు రాజుగారు. శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్ అధ్యక్షులు శ్రీ ఎన్విడిఎస్ రాజు గారిని వేదిక మీదికి సవినీయంగా ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నా. రాజు గారికి అభిజ్ఞానాన్ని పుష్పగుచ్చాన్ని అందిస్తారు. నిజాయితీ నా విధానం కాదు, నా స్వభావము అని త్రికరణ శుద్ధిగా చెప్పగలిగిన ధైర్యశాలి, స్నేహశీలి, సౌజన్యమూర్తి, సహనశీలి, నిగర్వి, తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానం ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ ఆఫీసర్గా శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి వారికి, తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానానికి ఎనలేని సేవలందించి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వ ముఖ్య కార్యదర్శిగా అనేక ప్రజాహిత కార్యక్రమాల ద్వారా రాష్ట్రానికి సేవలందించిన పూజ్య గురుదేవుల మానసపుత్రులు శ్రీ ఎల్వి సుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గారు ఐఏఎస్. వారిని ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి ముఖ్య అతిథిగా వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నందుకు సంతోషిస్తున్నా. ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి గౌరవ అతిథిగా విచ్చేసినటువంటి శ్రీ పి సూర్యనారాయణ రెడ్డి గారు, వారు ఇంకా రండి సార్ ప్లీజ్. సెల్ ఫోన్లు, ఐప్యాడ్లు ఉచ్ఛ్వాస నిశ్వాసాలుగా జీవిస్తున్న ఈ రోజుల్లో పాశ్చాత్యప నాగరికులు వెరివేషాలు వేస్తున్నప్పుడు యువతను ఆకర్షిస్తున్నటువంటి ఈ తరుణంలో మన సంస్కృతి సాంప్రదాయాలను పరిరక్షించడానికి సంస్కృతి గ్లోబల్ స్కూల్ను నెలకొల్పి వ్యవస్థాపక అధ్యక్షులుగా యువతరానికి విశిష్ట సేవలు అందిస్తున్న మహనీయులు శ్రీ పి సూర్యనారాయణ రెడ్డి గారు. వారిని నాటి కార్యక్రమానికి గౌరవ అతిథిగా వేదిక మీదకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. వీరికి సాక్షిత పుష్పగుచ్చాన్ని అందిస్తారు. సనాతన ధర్మ స్వరూపం, బహుముఖైన వ్యక్తిత్వం, వేద విజ్ఞానాన్ని, పురాణ ఇతిహాసాల సారాన్ని ఆధునిక కాలానికి, సమాజానికి ప్రయోజనకరంగా వివరించి చెప్పగల ధీశాలి, సంస్కృతి సాంప్రదాయ వేదధర్మ ప్రచార సారథి, వేదధర్మ పరిరక్షణే ధ్యేయంగా సమాజాన్ని, ముఖ్యంగా యువతను ప్రభావితం చేయడానికి కృషి చేస్తున్న ప్రముఖ జ్ఞాన సరస్వతి, సనాతన హైందవ సాంప్రదాయ సదాచార ధర్మి డాక్టర్ ఆర్బిఎస్ఎస్ అవధాన్లు గారు. వారిని సవినీయంగా వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు. భారతీయ తత్వం, పురాణేతిహాసాలను, కావ్యాలను నిత్య జీవితంతో సమన్వయం చేయటం, మన సంస్కృతి సాంప్రదాయాలను ఇనుమడింపజేసే ఆధ్యాత్మిక, సాంస్కృతిక, సాంఘిక కార్యక్రమాల నిర్వహణలో పాలుపంచుకోవడం వారి అభిమాన విశేషాలు, ఆదర్శములు. తెలుగు భాషా వివాదికతగా ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీలో సేవలు అందిస్తున్న ప్రముఖ జ్యోతిషశాస్త్ర విశారదులు ఆచార్య సాగి కమలాకర శర్మ గారిని వేదిక మీదకి సవినయంగా ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు. పూజ్య గురుదేవులకు ఆంతరంగిక శిష్యులుగా 50 సంవత్సరాలు గురుదేవుల సేవలో తరించిన వ్యక్తి, సంస్కృతి సాంప్రదాయాలే ధ్యేయంగా సామాన్యులకు సైతం మన భారతీయతను అర్థం అయ్యే విధంగా అందించాలన్న తపనతో కొన్ని వందల ప్రసంగాలు అందించిన ఆధ్యాత్మికవేత్త ఆచార్య రాఘవేంద్రన్ గారు, ట్రస్టీ శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్. రాఘవేంద్రన్ అంకుల్ గారిని వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు. వీరికి సాక్షిత పుష్పగుచ్చాన్ని అందిస్తారు. పూజ్య గురుదేవులకు అత్యంత ఆప్త బంధువుగా, ప్రముఖ అధ్యాపకులుగా, ఆచార్యులుగా, హిస్టరీ విభాగాధిపతిగా, డీన్గా, కాకతీయ విశ్వవిద్యాలయానికి ఎనలేని సేవలు అందించిన ప్రముఖ విద్యావేత్త, సాహిత్య చారిత్రాత్మిక పరిశోధకులుగా ఇండియన్ కౌన్సిల్ ఆఫ్ హిస్టారికల్ రీసెర్చ్, మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్లో చైర్మన్గా 4 సంవత్సరాలు విశిష్ట సేవలు అందించిన ఆచార్య ఎల్లప్రగడ సుదర్శనరావు గారిని వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు. కుమారి శ్రీమయి పుష్పగుచ్చాన్ని అందిస్తుంది. గురుదేవుల ఆస్థానంలో ఓరుగల్లు సామ్రాజ్యంలో సుదర్శన్ రావు గారు హిస్టరీ అంకుల్గా వీరు ఆబాల గోపాలానికి ఆప్తులు. ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి విచ్చేసిన అందరికీ మరొకసారి ఆహ్వానం పలుకుతూ ఆహ్వాన తొలి పలుకులు పలకవలసిందిగా శ్రీ ఎన్విడిఎస్ రాజు గారు, చైర్మన్, శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్. ఈ సభను ప్రారంభించే ముందు ఆహుతులందరినీ, వేదికను అలంకరించిన పెద్దలను జ్యోతి ప్రజ్వలన చేయవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను.
अर्यमनं बृहस्पतिमिन्द्रन्दानाय चोदया वासं विष्णुज्ञो सरस्वतीज्ञो सवितारं च वाजिनं पावकानः सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती यज्ञं वष्टुधिया वासुः. श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः. श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः.
ఈ అందమైన సభకు స్వాగత వచనాలు పలుకవలసిందిగా శివానంద సుపథ ఫౌండేషన్ చైర్మన్ శ్రీ ఎన్విడిఎస్ రాజు గారిని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు.
ఓం శ్రీ శివానంద గురుభ్యో నమః. On behalf of the Executive Committee of Sivananda Supatha Foundation, it's my privilege to extend a warm welcome to the City of Destiny, Visakhapatnam, to attend the inaugural function of the 9-day seminar camp on Sanatana Bharateeyam being held at our Pujya Guruji's abode, Bheemunipatnam. I ardently and respectfully welcome the chief guest of the day, Sri L.V. Subramaniam Garu, IAS, formerly Chief Secretary of Government of Andhra Pradesh. He is a versatile personality and a time-tested, successful administrator with his rich contribution to the society at large. He is the illustrious disciple of our Pujya Guruji and also the chief of Sanatana Dharma Charitable Trust. I ardently welcome you, sir. I respectfully welcome the guest of honor of today's function, Sri P. Suryanarayan Reddy Garu, founder and chairman of Samskruti Global School, Visakhapatnam. His contribution in spreading the value-based education is highly laudable. I welcome you, sir. I welcome the distinguished speaker, Dr. Remella Avadhanlu Garu, very familiarly and popularly known, the founder of Veda Bharati, Hyderabad. He has written, spoken, given lectures on many an occasion, be it in the digital media or in the interface sessions, through his works on Vedas and Puranas, Itihasas and social Sanatana Dharma related issues and on astrological issues, and the list is unending of his works, and it's a human job that has been done to the mankind at large. And his works are enthusing the current generation by bringing down the complex subjects into a highly understandable and readable, simple form and in a small booklets fashion, which has taken a lot of acclaim. I wholeheartedly welcome Sri Remella Avadhanlu Garu to this today's function. Welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor Sagi Kamalakara Sarma Garu, a well-known, highly renowned highly respected and highly reputed astrologer, and also the head of the Department of Telugu of Osmania University. I heartily welcome you, sir. It's my ardent duty to welcome Professor Sudarshan Rao Garu, an acknowledged historian of the times, who served as chairman of ICHR with Government of India, and his contribution to the field of history and being associated with Pujya Guruji for a number of decades is familiarly known to everyone, and his contribution in that area and to us is highly laudable. I welcome you, sir. Now, I request Sri R. Raghavendran Garu, an engineer, a professor, a philanthropist, an eloquent speaker, who had the unique privilege of living with Pujya Guruji for over 30 years under one roof. And he, along with Mrs. Raghavendran Garu, we familiarly call her as Satyavati Auntie, were with Pujya Guruji, thick and thin, and he is also an encyclopedia of walking encyclopedia of the philanthrop knowledge or current affairs or any other subject of chosen interest. He is highly versatile in that area. I welcome you, Sri Raghavendran Garu. I respectfully welcome the revered elders sitting in the audience today and gracing this occasion, the teachers, parents, and beloved students. Sir, your gracious presence makes this occasion truly meaningful. This is a summer camp, a unique in its fashion, the brainchild of Dr. R. Raghavendran Garu, supported and assisted and abetted by Kumari Radha Kumari Garu. It is thoughtfully designed to provide a holistic learning experience rooted in the timeless tradition of Sanatana Dharma. Over the next 9 days, the participants will be exposed to Vedas, astrology, history, administration, Sanatana Dharma, and yoga. A blend of that nurtures the knowledge, discipline, and character. On this occasion, I must mention, when I was a teenager, I was going through the book Bhavan's Journal. At that age, which caught me and my attention and which I liked most was, on the cover page, a Rigveda verse, Anava Bhadraha Atavoyantu Viswataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side of life. When I grew up, with my past 3 to 4 decades of association with Pujya Guruji, the deeper and visionary statement made by Guruji was, Sarve Janaha, Sarve Sujanaha Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. This has deeply been the vision of Pujya Guruji. Thank you one and all on this welcome address. I'm also given the duty of briefing about the activities of foundation briefly, but how briefly I do not know. I'll try to precise it as much as possible. Please bear with me, sir. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to briefly present the activities of Sivananda Supatha Foundation, founded by Pujya Guruji in the year 2012 as a company formed under Indian Companies Act and a not-for-profit organization. The foundation has been working steadfastly on 5 key service pillars: Arsha Vijnana Seva, Vidya Seva, Vaidya Seva, Karavalambanam means helping the poor, and Go Seva. With the blessings of Pujya Guruji and the support of well-wishers, the foundation has undertaken several meaningful initiatives during these past decade plus. We've been publishing Supatha monthly magazine, a cultural and historical magazine, continuously for the past 26 years. The editor being Dr. V.V. Hanumantrao Garu, who is also the managing director of Sivananda Supatha Foundation. Further, all Guruji's works are published. Such books, numbering more than 50, have already been brought to the usage by the disciples, comprising of works and speeches of Puja Guruji on variety of subjects. And many more publications are yet to come. Once we have the needed resources and after pooling the resources, it is our endeavor to bring those books also and make it available to you. All these publications, which is a very hard job, would not have been made possible but for the strenuous efforts of Kumari Radha Kumari Garu. Further, we organized national and international seminars and symposiums in a very high magnitude level. In 2015, we organized a symposium on Hindu Vivaha Vyavastha held at Rajahmundry with participation of the local elite and learned speakers and scholars. In 2017, we have done a national seminar on Guruji's life and works with about 40 distinguished speakers. In 2019, we have conducted a seminar on Sanatana Dharma with eminent speakers, which include well-known personalities like Sri Sivananda Sitaram-Shastri Garu, lyricist and a well-known personality in Telugu film industry. In 2023, a seminar was held on Bharateeyam, the path to Amrit Call, with domain experts, including Dr. Sri Remal Avadhanlu Garu, who is present on this dais today. In 2024, we conducted an international seminar on reconstruction of cultural heritage of Bharat with eminent scholars and speakers at Visakhapatnam and also from foreign countries like David Frawley and others. Further, we are conducting Revati Nakshatra Mahotsavam every month since 2019, aligning with the Guruji's birth star. It's been value added by Dr. Raghavendran Garu with his talk in either on philosophical subject or cultural subject or current affairs subject. We are also distributing Annaprasadam daily to about 50 destitute persons in and around the Bheemunipatnam since 2021. We are also conducting the group meditation programs since 2024, both online and offline. In this connection, we have organized a group chanting of Hanuman Chalisa during the Operation Sindhur times in support of the defense personnel and our own government. Besides, we have taken up certain infrastructure developmental works to support our day-to-day activities. We constructed elegant AC conference hall, now being used for the summer camp also. We constructed a showroom, cum office, cum storage place for our day-to-day activities. Most importantly, we constructed a guest house with a provision of 10 rooms on the first and second floors. First and second floor, okay. And we could complete 5 rooms on the first floor, which are now in use and being used for the participants of this conference. The remaining 5 rooms on the second floor are yet to be constructed due to the paucity of resources. We plan to complete these 5 rooms also before the commencement of the centenary celebrations of Puja Guruji, commencing from December 2027. We constructed a big hall on the second floor over and above the library building Hall of Times, We propose to establish a modern audiovisual studio, fully digitalized, dedicated to preserve the Guruji's legacy for the future generations to come. We seek the support of our well-wishers in our endeavors. By the grace of Puja Guruji, Sivananda Supatha Foundation has largely fulfilled the objectives set forth by Puja Guruji and continues its journey with total dedication. With folded hands, we express our heartfelt gratitude to all our well-wishers for their moral and financial support. We seek your continued blessings and cooperation ahead. We profusely thank Sanatana Dharma Charitable Trust and its committee members, Gurudham members of both Warangal and Bheemunipatnam for their continued support to us on each and every occasion. More importantly, we also thank the disciples of Puja Guruji at various places like Warangal and Balusupadu, more particularly at Visakhapatnam, without whose support we would not have made all these arrangements in a record time. We are grateful to the income tax authorities of Government of India for granting us the 80G exemption for all the donations. We always remind ourselves about the vision statement specified by the Puja Guruji himself. One of the aims of foundation is to influence the current generation with values of Sanatana Dharma as applicable to modern life and make them responsible citizens of Bharat. I conclude my reporting to you, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, on the foundation activities thus far. We solicit your valuable support, guidance, advices, which would help us in taking up the noble activities useful to us and also the coming generations. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
ధన్యవాదాలు రాజుగారు. సమగ్రంగా నివేదికను అందించినందుకు సభాపూర్వకంగా మీకు కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఇప్పుడు ప్రొఫెసర్ సుదర్శనరావు గారు సనాతన భారతీయము వేసవి శిబిరం గురించి ఆచార్య సుదర్శనరావు గారు విశదీకరిస్తారు. వారిని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు.
ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. సభాయ నమః. I consider this as a grace of our Guruji for making me stand before you to speak a few words about the present camp that we are going to organize for about 7 days on basically the ancient knowledge systems. In fact, we have seen a brief report, of course, but it is so tall in its activities about our foundation, taking up many points, many issues with regard to the academic world and also intellectual world. They have done immense work in this and we should congratulate them. And the report should have been as tall as its chairman, Raju Garu. But because of the paucity of time, it was very brief. The activities have been there since almost a decade. Very important activities have been taken at the national and also international levels. So from that level of mundane astrology of the international conference down to the summer camp for the budding youth, it makes a lot of difference. But thematically, this is the effort that we should put in. It's not that, speaking to the intellectuals, telling them about what they have to think and do, but this is the generation, what we generally call the Z generation now, So this has to be shaped in such a way that they give us a wonderful Bharat in the coming years. So we have been thinking about this, how we should approach this younger stock of children, those who are bubbling in the teens and just above the teens. So what are they looking for in their lives? We have been discussing about conducting a wonderful camp for about 21 days for the young people drawn from the different institutions. But what should be taken to them and what should be collected from them? And then we thought that this brief camp should be tried as a sample, so that let us see how they react to us and what will be the feedback from them, what exactly they expect from us, the coming generation, what they are what we wanted to give. This of course ready with us, as the Veda was ready even before the creation. Veda doesn't mean the literature that we find in the name of Veda. The knowledge is already there before the creation. So similarly, what we have to give them is ready with us. But the problem is, what is that they want to take is more important. How to make them ask for what they should take. This is the second issue. So keeping this in view, particularly we want to see what are the things going in the minds of young people, those who are in the schools and colleges. Particularly our present system of education, though it is already almost even independent India, it is 75 years old, but it has been there for almost 200 years. Polished and done some sophistications have been made during the independence period, but the system as such continues to be the same. Now there is a new trend that people are not looking for the knowledge but for the expertise, so that they can do some work somewhere. They can earn something for their livelihood. So this is a great change has taken place in the education system, and all the senior educationists they are almost in a doldrum what to do. In that circumstances, this camp is going to be a testing ground to see what we could give and also to see what they could take and what they wanted to take. So we had a long discussion about deciding the theme of the present camp. Whether it should be a camp, or is it a small brief school, or it's a workshop, anything else. But we have been thinking how to go to the people, how to go to the young minds. Me and then Professor Raghavendran Garu and Radha Kumari, we have been discussing about this, and we were also involving the intellectuals like Avadhan Garu and Sai Kamalagasar Garu and others. And we have been discussing with them how this should be framed, how to go to the young minds. So then we could have straight away gone with some topic like astronomy, or topic like something like physics. Nowadays we have quantum physics. It is ruling the ground. So that way we could have taken anything, either drawn from the Vedas or drawn from our Shastras or from the modern science. We could have given a clear-cut title to that. But we had long discussions about this and then settled down to these two terms, Sanatana, Bharateeyam. So these two, of course, they are very abstract, may sound to them some vague, because everybody now is talking about, preaching about Sanatanism. And we have been discussing in the political circles and other intellectual circles about what is Bharatiyata. Guruji has also given 4 or 5 volumes of essays which are published in the Andhra Bhumi about Bharatiyata. So there is a lot of work is there. Amount of literature is available with us. Many speakers are there to speak about. But what about these little minds? What should be given to them? Where they should pick it up? So this was the question. So these two terms, where we have put it in the title as Sanatana Bharateeyam. What is Sanatanism? Sanatanism is something which has been there all the time, before, after, and also present. So it has no time regulation. So time is lost in Sanatana, way of thinking, way of doing. So that permanence is there in one way. And what is that permanent? What is that which is continuing? What was that which was before? What is today? What is going to be? So these are the questions remaining to us. So that's where we are looking for a kind of culture of thinking. It's not culture of biological cultures or tribal cultures. This is culture of thinking, polishing the minds and framing the intellectual ground. So that kind of Bharatiyata, it is about geography, about culture, about living things and all that, about all practices. So we are looking for that Bharatiyata which has been there before. So that's why we are going to the cosmology and all that also. Because Bharatiyata has been there. Bharatiyata is not just related to only to the piece of land that we are calling now as India. This is a geographical name. But here what we mean by Bharatiyata is that culture which has been Sanatana. Because it was nurtured from the times where there was no beginning, the times where it is no losing. So the kind of Bharatiyata, the culture which guides our mind, which makes us work, which also decides that what we should aim during our life. So these 3 points are very important when we are looking at the Bharatiyata. So this idea of culturing the minds so that they should go on Bharatiya culture. Then again we are going to the question, what is Bharatiyata? Guruji says, Bharatiyata is about the light, the brightness which we all cherish to see, cherish to wish, and cherish to live in that particular light, that brightness. So that brightness is whether you call it truth or realization or the thing that exists everywhere, that brightens your mind, your thinking. So that kind of brightness is Bharatiyata. So we are looking for, we are aspiring for, we are striving for that kind of light. We have to see the light. So that light is the most important thing. So Bharatiyata is not only how we live, but what we should cherish, what we should gain. So this wish has been Sanatana. As we have seen the knowledge as Sanatana, the wish to attain knowledge is also Sanatana. That is there from the beginning. Our forefathers, and some generations ago, some billion years ago, and some yugas ago, there was a wish like this. Even now also we cherish that. So this is Sanatana idea of reviving, realizing that brightness in our hearts, within our hearts of the hearts. So that should be our aim, the general aim, and everybody should aspire for that. So let us see how our young minds react to that kind of wish, that kind of idea, that kind of aspiring for something which is permanent. So we are looking for that permanent thing. As aged people or those who have already read, those who have already heard so many things, they could have taken up this idea. But the young minds, they are very fresh. They have not seen the world. So how should they start looking at the world, keeping this particular idea of Bharatiyata? Bharatiyata is not just nationality. The spirit or concept of nationality is only modern. It has come only from the Europe. It was not there earlier. From the very beginning, our feeling was only for culture. We are only looking for a culture that cultures our mind to ask for, to aspire for what is permanent. So with that view, that has to be revived in the young minds, in the tender minds, so that they should know this, before they enter into the world. So they must be well prepared to face the world of complexities. So that was the idea before we decided upon this Sanatana Bharateeyam concept. And we have also had lot of discussions on what should be introduced to them. And then we have consulted not just intellectual minds. We have consulted the best minds in our country, the best minds who can think of this Bharatiyata. So we are very happy that Avadhanlu Garu and Kamalakar Sharma Garu and also 4 or 5 experts are going to join us in various other subjects also. So they are no less than great people here in the intellectual world. So we are very happy and very fortunate that they have readily agreed and to spend time with us. And they were also feeling sorry that they could not spend more time here. So it could attract them. That's because our Guruji's grace that everyone is interested to look at the young minds, to look into their hearts, look into their minds, and see what they could collect from them so that they can correct themselves in their approach with other batches to come. So they are all very popular in what you call the present day social systems of communications. Most of them are very popular, and their what you call the speeches and then their classes are watched by lakhs of people. So they are on the screen, on the YouTube, and also they have their own websites, and they are doing great job. And we are very happy that they are with us, very freely available to us, very freely interacting with us, and we are our students are in fact very fortunate to have contacted them, to come into their contact. Not only that, this is not about just minds, but also those who think that they are still young in their minds, they are welcome to join us. They can sit in the classes, and they can also take the advantage, and they can also contribute their ideas with the experts, those who have been taking classes. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share some of my views on the concept of today's seminar or the camp. This camp is for 8 days, and even first day, we are taking our technical sessions from the afternoon, and even this inaugural is also part of the what we call the academic program that we have, because we have Avadhanlu Garu here and Kamalakar Sharma Garu here, and our dear LVS is also there here. He speaks on governance, and Kamalakar Sharma Garu introduces us to what is Vedic astronomy, and then about knowledge systems, Avadhanlu Garu would introduce in this. They will take some 20 minutes time, and they will introduce their subjects to us so that we can have some interest, and then they are most welcome to come to because we had this discussion also whether we should have inaugural here or at our place at Bheemunipatnam, because here arrangements everything it takes some time, it is a task for us. But even then we thought that here we can go to the people, and after listening to our themes, I think they will be inspired to join us at our conference. So this is the intention for holding this inaugural conference, and here our main speakers, they are giving their ideas, and to inspire our people, young people and old people, old feeling young in mind, they can join this summer camp at our Anandavan. Thank you very much.
ధన్యవాదాలు ప్రొఫెసర్ సుదర్శన్ రావు గారు. 2007 సంవత్సరంలో వరంగల్లో సుదర్శన్ రావు గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో ప్లాటినం ప్లాట్ఫామ్ అని చెప్పి 10 రోజుల పాటు అద్భుతమైనటువంటి కాన్ఫరెన్స్ నిర్వహించడం జరిగింది. దేశం నలుమూలల నుంచి నిష్ణాతులైన వారు అనేక మంది వచ్చి ఆ కాన్ఫరెన్స్లో పాల్గొన్నారు. ఇంటర్నేషనల్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్లు అయినా సరే, లైక్ నేషనల్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ అయినా సరే, అంకుల్ సుదర్శనరావు గారి తర్వాతే ఎవరైనా అంతటి నిష్ణాతులు వారి ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహించడంలో, స్పీకర్స్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయడంలో ధన్యవాదాలు సుదర్శనరావు గారు. ఇప్పుడు పూజ్య గురుదేవుల గురించి, వారితో గడిపినటువంటి అమృత కాలం గురించి ప్రొఫెసర్ రాఘవేంద్రన్ గారు ప్రసంగిస్తారు. ప్రొఫెసర్ రాఘవేందర్ గారిని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నారు.
Sri L.V. Subramanian Garu, Chief Guest of the function, Surya Narayana Reddy Garu, Guest of Honor, distinguished speakers, Avadani Garu, Kamalakar Sharma Garu, distinguished people in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given the task of introducing Guruji to you, which is like carrying coal to Newcastle. All of you know probably much better about Guruji than me, but still I will accomplish my task. Second thing, on my own, I have taken to indicate to you that the summer camp was the Sankalpa of Pujya Guruji decades ago. How it happened also I will narrate. See, this country was very fortunate to have spiritual masters coming down onto us from time to time to give guidance to us and see that the Sanatana Dharma is preserved. In the recent times, we have seen many, and Pujya Guruji is one among them, but with a difference. Most of these spiritual masters somewhat restricted their activities to the guidance in the spiritual field. They have spent much less time towards the problems of the country and the culture. Guruji was little different in that way. Somebody asked me, can you tell in one sentence what your Guruji could be? That is easy for me. It is very difficult to introduce some distinguished guest, but the easiest to introduce Pujya Guruji. In one sentence, he is a Brahmagyani, Mahayogi, and a total human being. All of them simultaneously being executed in the day-to-day life. Many of them could be Brahmagyanis, may not be have been attached to the problems of the world. There need not be yogis also. Guruji was different that way. See, he was originally known as a well-wisher, a good friend, and an astrologer. But a very interesting thing happened. He took a southern tour, and when he went to Arunachalam and went to Ramanashramam, Bhagavan Ramana came out of his samadhi and told Guruji, what is it that delays you? Reveal yourself and start your mission. So immediately on the return from 1974, he started the spiritual mission. He indicated the sadhana to a chosen group of people and gave the essence of Upanishads, Gita and Saiva Granthas also. But he quickly wound up that activity within about 5 to 6 years and diverted his attention solely towards the country and its culture. Why? He said, the country is today united not due to your constitution, not due to your army or police. It is due to your culture. It is a culture that unites the country and not anything else. So, any weakness in the practice of the culture weakens that integrity. So we have to pay the maximum attention to see the culture is preserved, propagated, and especially the youth should be taken care of. When he visited Bhimli in the year 1978, if for some respite, somebody offered him, there is a 6-acre mango garden. The cost is a little high. It is 30,000 rupees. If you can afford, you could go ahead. Guruji said, please don't bargain. I will take that land. Immediately, the land was registered, and he gave a 2-hour talk to us. You have 3 of us. What he would do in that garden. The first thing he would do is to run summer camps for children every year. The second thing is a permanent camp for adults. He would manage both of them. He will teach the children yoga, spirituality, and also the other aspects of our sciences like astrology, astronomy, history, anything else. So that could not happen because there is so much of mismatch between the vacation periods. Some schools will have vacation now, some other schools will have vacation later. So he could not execute it, and after some time his attention was more and more diverted towards the country's problems. But it was always lingering in our minds, and so Sivananda Supatha Foundation, especially Radha Kumari, took to her head that we should do something or other to see that the Sankalpa gets, executed. So enormous effort has been put fighting against the odds that the summer camp is organized today. And we thank all the people who have supported us, and especially L.V. Subramanian Garu. He was giving us a day-to-day guidance in every matter, and we are grateful to him. So this is my job to explain to you in few words about Guruji and the origin of the summer camp. We have got excellent speakers. No para, that means not equal to anyone else, like Avadani Garu and then Kamalakar Sarma Garu and many more others. And I think the group of 60, 70 students are most fortunate to get at their doorsteps the excellent education on Sanatana Dharma. I think it is Guruji's grace which is showered on them. The centenary celebrations are around the corner, and L.V. Subramaniam is guiding all the activities, and that it is to get started from the next year. But rather, this summer camp, in my opinion, is the first flower kept on the lotus feet of Puja Guruji, so far as centenary celebrations are concerned. So I thank the organization for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all.